Hello, today we are going to learn how to do practical 4. I know many of you already did it, but in this video I'm going to show you every step in case you have doubts, okay? You have until tomorrow, but you can finish that. If you didn't do it fine, you can correct your exercises until tomorrow, and if you just did fine, it's okay. This is just to help you out. So first thing, you have to read here number 10 in Unit 4 programming is practical 4, okay? You have here the instructions from the book. So we are going to learn the instructions and do every step. Remember, it's different in online Scratch than the program that is being used in the book, okay? So there are slight differences. I will help you out with them. So first thing, you have to create a new project, not like this. You go to scratch.meet.edu. You go into this web page, you already have an account, and you click create. So this way you are creating a new project, okay? Next step, you have to upload a backdrop from your files. Where are your files? We are going to learn this. Do you remember in programming unit we have this section at the bottom that is called Files for Exercises? Here at the bottom, Files for Exercises. So you have to go into this link and you have to download Unit 2 Practical 4 Backdrop. Okay, this is the file you have to download into your computer. So you click here. You can see here a right button of your mouse. You press guardar como, and you can save that into your desktop, okay? I'm going to save this to my desktop. So once I did this, I have downloaded the backdrop and I will go to my project and I'm going to find backdrops here in this section. Backdrops, here, choose a backdrop. Do you see this arrow here? Upload backdrop. Okay, I'm going to upload my backdrop from my computer. So I press this button, I go to my desktop and I pick this that I downloaded before. I press open and here you go. You have your backdrop. Okay, we don't need the cat, so we are going to delete the cat. Okay, let's follow the next instruction. We were in practical 4, remember? The instructions were here. Let's go on reading. Okay, so you have the new backdrop, and also you need to select the first chapter, the first character, that is Ballerina, okay? So new sprite, Ballerina. Let's look for our sprite. Our sprites are here in this section. Choose a sprite. And then we are going to look for Ballerina. Here is our character. We have her in here, okay? In the sprites section. Okay, let's go on. Interacting with the user. When the user presses the space key, the ballerina will move and then follow the mouse, okay? So in this practical, we are going to learn how the characters sprites in our project are going to do different things when the user moves their mouse, press the keys, things like that, okay? I think it's very important if you are designing a game that depending on what the user does, your characters are moving in your project. For example, also we are going to learn how the characters sense things that are happening, okay? Because if you are trying to program a game, you need to your characters to interact between them, with the backdrop, things like that, okay? So we are going to learn how the characters interact with the users and with each other, okay? So for this, first we are going to choose from events. We have already worked with this. Select when a space key press, and this is going to start our program. If you remember, sometimes we go to the events block, the yellow one, and we used to start with this when the green flag is clicked, but we are not going to use this today. We are going to use this one when a space key is pressed. You can choose the key, any key you decide, okay, but we are going to go with space. Okay, once the space key is pressed, we want our ballerina to do something. That is, you have instructions to point, first thing, switch custom, and then to ballerina A, and then point in direction 90 degrees. Okay, this is to make our character to look straight at the beginning of the game. So we just choose our sprite. How can we change customs? Do you remember customs from our ballerina are A, B, C, D? We have them here. You want to look at them. And ballerina was already created. Okay, so we have these to choose. So with the looks block, okay, we go to the looks block and we choose switch custom to ballerina A. Okay, like this, easy. And then we go to the motion block and point in the direction 90, okay, like this. You can see in the instructions from the book that this is the snippet of code we are doing. And then go to, okay, let's follow the instructions. Choose point in direction, ballerina A, go to, okay, so now we are going to tell our ballerina to follow the mouse, okay? So the moment we press the space key, the ballerina is going to move following the mouse, okay? So we are going to select go to in motion. We are in motion already, so go to. This is very useful because it allows us, our character, to go maybe to a random position, to mouse pointer, and when we have another character, it will help us for our ballerina to move and go to the knight or to other character, okay? So go to mouse pointer. We add this instruction, let's move on. And then we have this, okay? So what is the if code? What is the if block? We are going to learn about this. To tell the sprite to follow the mouse, okay, we already did. Now go to the control category. The if then block is something that allows us to decide, okay? So we are going to say that if our ballerina is touching this part of the backdrop, she is going to change, okay? She is going to change her custom and say something, okay? So let's do this. So how? We go to control, okay? These orange blocks here, and we choose if then, this one, the first one, okay? So if then is like a decision. If something happens, then this code here is going to go on. So what is going to happen? We need to fill here if the color of the dress of the ballerina is touching this color here, then she's going to change her position and she's going to say out, okay? So how can we do that? So we need to fill here a sensing block. Sensing blocks are here, and they allow us to decide what is happening. So touching color A is touching color B, something like that. So color, but we don't want green, we want this pink, okay? So how do we change here? Pay attention. Here, can you see this? You click here, and then you go here and you click on the dress, for example here. So this is the color of the dress, and then we point here and we pick this one again and we click on the square. So we have already picked the colors. This is tricky, so pay attention. Once we have done this, it's easy. Then after that, what do we want the ballerina to do after that? We want her to change her position to spread her legs and say, oh, that hurts. Okay, so we are going to switch custom to see pointing direction 180 degrees and say and think that hurts for 1 second. Okay, so we are going to drag these blocks here. Switch custom to see point in direction. What is here? Point in direction. We write like this, okay? And then think for 2 seconds or for 1 second. That hurts. Okay. So there we go. I think the first part is already done, okay? So what is it saying? Click anywhere. Okay, we are going to test our program here. Okay. So we already have the first part. So let's see how it works. We press the green flag. We need to press the space key after that, okay? So I press the green flag and now I'm going to point, for example, here. So I'm telling the ballerina to come here and now I press the space key. Look at what happens, okay? But now let's try to move ballerina here. I press the space key, but now I press here that the ballerina to come here, she has to touch this part. Okay, she's changing her legs, she's moving like that, and she just thought, that hurts. Okay? So this is what the program is supposed to do. Okay. This was the first part. Now we are going to see the second part. Okay? Second part. Now, interaction between sprites. We are going to create and to introduce a new sprite that is called the knight. Okay? So first we go to the scratch to the sprite section and look for the knight. Where is the knight? The knight is okay, he's here. So we already have two characters, Ballerina and Knight. And now we have to do the Knight to interact with the Ballerina. Okay? So in the sensing category, select touching, and now it's not color touching, so instead of this is the knight is touching the ballerina and they are going to react. Okay, so this snippet of code is for ballerina and she's going to make things if she touches, if she gets into contact with the knight. Okay, so when a space key is pressed, switch custom to ballerina A, point direction 90, this was the same, and go to the mouse pointer. And after that, if you are touching the knight, then do things. Okay, so we are going to change this part for ballerina. We are going to drag this and we don't want it. Okay, go ahead. And then we are going to sense that she is touching the knight. Okay, we choose the knight here because we have this new character, so we have this option that it wasn't there before, if you remember. And after that, switch custom to ballerina V, I think. Okay, so she is going to hop and then say hi for 2 seconds. V, not this part, not this part. Looks, instead of a thing, say hi for 1 second, I think. Okay, something like that. Let's try this. let's try the code for Ballerina. Look at this, I need to be here, okay, so for the code to work. So I press here, look, she didn't say that hearts, but then if I press here, she says hi and she crouches, okay, so that's it. And then for the last part, the challenge part that you have to send me, you have to modify the program so that the knight goes to the ballerina, okay, when the space key is pressed. So what are we going to do? We are going to change things so that is the knight the one who is going to go to the ballerina and not the other way around. So let's go to the knight and let's start some code, okay? We are going to say control events when a space key is pressed. For example, what is he going to do? He's going to move, go to ballerina, like this. And what happens to her at the beginning? She's going to switch custom like this, and then this part she's going to touch the knight, and when she senses she's touching the knight, she will say hello, okay? So let's start with this, okay? So I press the green flag, I'm going to set my mouse pointer here, I press the space key, and they go like this. One more detail, pay attention, you have to test your program, you have to click on the knight, okay? And then I'm going to press the green flag, and now I'm going to press once the space key and twice, okay? What happens if I start my code with ballerina? It's slightly different. I press the green flag, I press the space key. First, ballerina moves, I press the space key again, and then the knight moves and says hi, and she says hi, okay? If I start my code here with the knight, like this, okay? And if I start with the ballerina, it's different, okay? After doing this, remember you have to go to C project page, then you can write here your title, and then you have to share the project. Remember, it's very important that you share the link. So you press share, you go to copy link, you have to copy your link, and then you have to send this, okay? You go to trabajo de clase and you are going to send the task with the link, okay? You just paste it, okay? And that was all.